I've got lots of questions about all these rewrites and things that you did, but I guess probably the best spot to start is if you would just go ahead and give us, I'm terrible about summarizing other people's books, so I try never to do that and make you sit through me summarizing it. How terrible would that be? If you would tell us a little bit about Kazu Jones and the Denver Dognappers.
Okay, so I'm not very good at pitching my own books, but Kazu Jones is a paper girl who loves to solve crime, and is well known for being nosy and trying to track down clues and solve cases that she has no business getting involved in. And so when the dogs in her local Denver neighborhood start to go missing, obviously she thinks that she's the one who needs to find the bad guys and bring all the dogs back. Part of that has to do with her love for dogs. She has a dog named Genki that she adores. She also walks the neighbor's dog. That's one of her jobs that she does. And she accidentally loses the neighbor's dog to, she thinks, the Dognappers. So in addition to wanting to save the dogs, she also feels a certain obligation because she feels like she lost the neighbor's dog and she needs to figure that out. And so with the help of her friend March, they try to track down clues. They end up growing their team as they go. And the closer that they get to the bad guys, the more it looks like Genki might be in danger. So that's kind of what that, chaos, danger ensues. Fun stuff.
No, it's a wonderful action-packed novel. It reads fast, and it's I don't want to say it's not a comedy, but it's consistently amusing. You can definitely see the years of writing a humor column and their impact along there, because I was laughing out loud several times while I was reading.
Thank you.
And you also do a great job of convincing me, I assume other esteemed readers as well, that Kazu Jones is the person for this mystery. It's right up her alley. One, she's the person for any mystery there in the area, but also you're very good about giving her that personal connection with not only her own dog, the dog she thinks she lost, and it's not, the stakes are there. They're very high for Kazu throughout. So how did you come to the name Kazu Jones? I think that's the place to start with a book like this, where it's so much. I mean, obviously she's got an entire supporting cast, but she's the main deal. How'd you start? How'd you come to that character, and how'd you come to that fantastic name?
So I have a really good friend. She's Japanese, and her name is Kazuko Yanagisawa, and I adore her. She's funny. She's spunky. She's energetic, adventurous, and I just wondered what she would have been like as a kid. You asked the question about what's the best kind of character to solve mysteries, and I think you need somebody who's confident and who's adventurous and fearless. And I thought that she would be a good person to kind of model a character after. Plus, I like her name. Kazuko is a fun name. And Kazuko Jones is Japanese American. Her mom is Japanese, second generation, and her dad is white Caucasian American. And so she's she's biracial.
Gotcha. And when you first started envisioning her, did you think this is someone who's going to star in multiple books, or was she the perfect star for just one book? At what point did you realize she was going to be the star of multiple novels?
I could see her as being in multiple novels, but when we went on sub, I was just hoping to sell that one book. And so when Disney came back and said that they wanted to make it a 2-book deal, I was super excited because I had already started to imagine different, cases that she could get involved in. And so I was excited to revisit her character, to revisit all the characters and bring them back together again, because they've all been super fun to work with.
And so with that, I know obviously you've got a 2-book deal for now, but do you have in the back of your mind ideas for 3, 4, 5, and 6, or?
I do. I at least have an idea for 3, a tentative idea for 4. But I don't want to, counting your chickens. So I just kind of keep it up there as, those are ideas that I could use maybe someday, but we'll see how it goes.
So at what point did you know that there would be 2 books? Is that after the first book's completely written and rewritten and rewritten?
Yeah, so you asked how many times I had rewritten it, and I like to tell kids at school visits because they can't believe that you would ever rewrite something so many times. But I think especially when it's the first, like when it's the book that you use to get your agent and maybe your first book deal, it gets polished a lot, so you go back to it a lot. But it was 20 times at least that I like renamed the file and added 20. Kazu Jones 20. And so 20 times. Oh, gee, now I forgot your question. What was your, oh, and so.
I just wondered, at what point did you know that this was going to be a serious character? Was it after you were completely, the first book is completely done, and sold, that you know
Yeah,
that for sure this going to be born?
yeah, I mean, yeah, the first book was done and sold, but it was nice because I knew that they wanted a 2-book deal. So when I knew what the second book was going to be about, I could at least go back and plant some things into the first book so that it didn't seem outrageous when they started to show an interest in what happens in the second book. So I was able to do that. Some things were naturally there already, but I was able to plant a few things to make sure that it didn't seem so, surprising.